Okay, today I was out here messing around with the ATV, and I made a little hitch pin hitch for my little small plastic tow behind trailer, and I need to modify that. So I took the trailer out into the woods, got some firewood. When I came back, I disconnected the trailer, and look what I found. A ripped CV joint boot on my CV joint. Now, luckily for me, I have new CV boots in stock because everything I own here on this property, I own it because I can fix it. That being said, whether it's the tractor, the motorcycle, my truck, the ATV, whatever, I keep some parts that are known to fail. I keep them in stock. So luckily, I have in stock parts to fix this. Now, what I'm going to do, a little out of sequence, is I'm going to take you over to the bench, and I'm going to show you what inside of a CV joint looks like. Being as this is an old one, I've taken it apart. It's already cleaned. It'll be easy to demonstrate. All right, I'll be back. Okay, hopefully we're going to be able to see this clearly. This is an old, worn-out CV joint that I have, and I dropped one of these ball bearings and it went under the bench, but I don't care. This thing's worn out. Basically, what you have, this is what the inside of the joint looks like. These balls right up and down those grooves. This ring here, snap ring, goes in here. After you assemble it, holds this from popping out. And then what you have to do after you clean the joint is these ball bearings, pack them in grease, and they just go in here inside these slots. Hopefully I'm catching that. That one's ready to jump out. And that's what gives you the articulation of the joint. It's able to roll back and forth. And when you rip one of these boots, your CV joint is very short-lived. And it doesn't matter what kind of CV joint it is, front axles on a front-wheel drive car, or anything, a CV type drive shaft, something on a tractor, they're all the same. Basically, they're the same design. So that's what they look like. And again, these little balls, you just place them in here. When you pack these with grease, the balls will stay where they are. And then you slide it back inside, push it down, put the snap ring back in, push it down with a screwdriver or pick. It'll snap in place, and this will no longer come out. And before you do that, you have to cut these bands off, and cut that band off, and you have to install your new boot, obviously, or it's not going to work. So you put it back together where you took it apart. So that's what the inside of a CV joint looks like. I just wanted to show you that. I'm sure a lot of people have never seen what a CV joint looks like. And it's a messy job. But it's not a hard job. Okay. That's what the CV joint looks like. And again, this is out of sequence, but I just wanted to share basic how those things work. The basics of it. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, so I've got the ATV jacked up. I took some brake cleaner, and I cleaned all around in here on these surfaces. I've got my Ryobi tools on display. It's a 14 millimeter head on this bolt, 17 millimeter here. I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to take this end apart, so I'm just going to take out this bolt. That bolt on the bottom, which is already loose, comes out here. Lift this upper A-arm up, give it a whack, and that whole assembly comes out. And I'll share something else with you. My nice brand new Ryobi that I was so in love with. Look at that, works intermittently. Alright, that's not what this is about. Alright, I'm going to pop that out. But if you do it like that, the upper boot is the one that rips more so than the bottom. So I'm just going to do the upper. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I got the axle out on this side. This one was quite a bit stubborn. The axle actually pulled out of this CV joint, so now I'm going to replace that boot as well and repack that one, being as it's already apart. I had to beat on it severely with my slugger to get it out. And here's the part number for the rear, the upper, inner rather. If I get it right yet. I got this from All Balls. 19-5001 rear inner. And that's the new boot. Comes with a packet of CV grease. So I'm going to repack this CV joint and put the new boot on it and stick it back together. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, these are the clamps that come with it. You may have to unbend this tab to get it to the size that you need, as I did here on the bottom. I used just a pair of vice grips, pulled it nice and tight, made sure it's not going to move. I'm going to cut it off right here, bend it over this little tab, then take these two tabs and just bend them over. That's what holds it down. Not much to it. Alright, I'll be back when I'm finished. Okay, that's the finished product. Cut it off just with a pair of tin snips. Bent these two ears over with a hammer, and that's it. And repeat on the top. Make sure you get it down over the little bump there. That's where it's meant to seal. That's it. That's all there is to it. Alright. Okay, there's the rear outer boot on. There's the number 132775, All Balls. That's the name of the company. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I gave up trying to make that thing stand up, but I can grease it up good, clean it good, grease it up. Come in here and grease up your seal. You just slide the axle back in, push it in, you'll feel it engage the splines, give it a wrap, she's home. Put the bolts back in on this side over here, put the wheel back in, and that's it. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. I can't film this and do it too. Okay, here's the end result. The boots are on. You can't really see them. And run out of boots. Just line the axle up in there. You'll feel it engage the splines. Hold it up as high as you can. Gave it a couple of wraps with that hammer. Popped right in. Put these two bolts back in. I just got to tighten these bolts up. Put the wheel back on. That's it. It's done. There's your DIY CV boot repair. If you got a few basic tools, you can do it. If you find yourself having to rip the boot, you want to fix it immediately. You'll get dirt in there and it's all over. You'll be buying a new axle like I did on that side. That side's been replaced. It was just not saving it. That's the one I filmed earlier to show the guts in it. So that's it. That's a 2012 Yamaha 450 Grizzly 4x4 rear axle CV boot replacement. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope that helps somebody. I used just all rudimentary tools here. Luckily I had the Sluggo slide hammer. That's it.